guys, so for today's video, I'm doing episode 22 of my Create This Book series. In this video, I will do 6 prompts. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The first prompt is create a page for a pet. Dedicate this page to a pet. If you don't have a pet, use a friend's pet or one from TV. So I actually don't have a pet, but I would love to have one, and ideally it would be a rabbit. I neither did a pet from TV or a pet from a friend because I don't know any popular rabbits from any shows, and none of my friends have a rabbit either. So I just drew a random one. At first I wanted to name it Cookie, but then I changed the name to Toffee, and you'll see why. It has like a lot of these cute little spots on it. I did that just to add a unique touch. Also, at the time I'm recording this, I'm actually officially done with the entire book. The only page that's left is create an ending, but I want to do a special episode dedicated to it. And of course, I'm doing my final flip through very soon, so stay tuned. As you can see for the colors, I decided to do this beigeish color for the main coat, and then the spots are this chocolatey brown. That's why I decided to change the name from Cookie to Toffee because the color scheme really reminded me of toffees. For the background, I did different colors like pink, blue, dark blue, and purple. I also rewrote the prompt to cover up the bleeding caused by the markers on the other page behind this. Overall, I'm happy with this page. The next prompt is called Create a Fabric Page. Attach a piece of fabric or bits of fabric to this page. I actually asked my grandmother to lend me any of her old fabrics that she had, and she gave me like this soft reddish velvety fabric to use. It was really hard to cut through, but I was really wanting to make a dress out of it. So regardless of the struggle, I still did it. I still pushed through, but it was really hard to cut it. Since I did a dress, I wanted to also tie in the rest of the page with it. So I made a very fancy theme with high heels and bags and purses, and I also drew a dressing table behind the dress. I was really stoked on what colors to do, but I settled on a tealish dark green for the dressing table. Also, you will see that I do an orange background, and I think all these colors contrast really nicely with each other, especially considering that the dress is red. The rest of the stuff I just did in like regular colors, like the high heels are red, and I added some bows which are pink. There's also a green vase, and I did a pink stool. The purses are all in different colors like blue, yellow, orange, anything you can think of, honestly. Every purse has a different design because I honestly wanted to make everything look more unique and interesting. This page is like nothing I've ever done before. I usually stick to drawing nature, food, objects, but a dressing room and this kind of theme is very different for me. You just saw me paint the orange background, and here's the end result. Every time I paint on something, especially with watercolor, I make sure I go back in and re-outline everything just to make sure everything still looks bold. You can see for the flooring, I also did this green. That's it for this prompt. Overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it's really unique, and I love how the fabric's texture feels on the page. The next prompt is called Create a Challenge. Below this it says, fill this page without using your hands in any way. The way I decided to do this was with my mouth. It sounds easy, but it definitely wasn't. Similar to last episode's prompt, Create Blind Artwork, I stuck to doing simple scribbly lines. I also did this prompt with my little cousin. I wanted the page to be a bit more interesting than just one solid color. So we did one page with cool colors and the other with warm colors. I did the page with cool colors and my cousin did the page with the warm colors. Here is the end result of this page. Definitely not the most artistically talented page I've ever done. It looks kind of ugly, the paint is kind of smudgy, but I had fun doing it and it was a nice challenge. The next prompt is called Create a Page of Stripes. Draw stripes on this page. I had actually already started this page, but I had never completed it, so all I had to do was fix it up. I didn't film the part where I was fixing up the tiger that you can see on the bottom, but there I had only done the sketch and I hadn't done any outlining or coloring, so I also had to go back in and do all of that. Then the background was completely plain, and you can see that I had done these green stripes with colored pencil on the other page, so I tried to replicate it but with watercolor because it was going faster and I did not have a dark green pencil available at the moment. Then you can see on the other page that I had drawn like these leaves with pen, so I did the same thing on the other page just to add a finishing touch. Here is the end result of this page. You know, it's fine. I mean, now looking back at it, I would have done something a bit simpler for this instead of like tigers, like drawing them. It takes a long time. But I'm happy I was able to finally complete it. The next prompt is called Create a Recorded Conversation. Sit in a room with other people, write down everything you hear. The conversation I made was actually fake. Because when was I going to just sit down and write down everything I was hearing when I was with other people? The conversation is about my friend and I, and how we're talking about how the weather is so good and that we should go outside and eat some ice cream. It's a pretty simple, short conversation. To decorate the page even more, I drew a whole bunch of ice creams, since it also does have to do with the conversation. I'm gonna put some music on and you guys can sit back, relax, and enjoy me painting the entire page. Here is the end result. There's not much to say, it's a short and simple page. I like how the ice creams look and that there are different variations of them, like ice lollies and ice cream sundaes and not just a cone. Comment down below which one of these ice creams you would want to eat in real life. The next and final prompt of this video is called Create an Interview. Make a list of questions to ask a friend or family member. Record their responses here. For this page, I texted my friend and asked her if she was online and if she was free to answer a couple of questions. She said yes, so I asked her a couple of basic kind of trivia questions. Then I copied my question and her answer onto this page. And so that the page wouldn't look too boring, I added in some polka dots. Here's how it turned out in the end. You can pause to read it if you like. Thank you to Sarah for doing this interview for me. With that, we come to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and liked the artwork I made. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and comment down below which one of these pages was your favorite. I hope my comments are on and YouTube doesn't close them like they did in the last video. Since last time I kept opening my comments and YouTube just kept closing them again and again until I finally had to give up. Anyways, if you thought that we would only have the finale episode left, you are wrong because there are still so many pages that I have to add into upcoming episodes. I think we will need at least one more proper episode before the finale. And then of course the flip through will come out, so stay tuned for that because I myself am so excited to show you guys every single page in the book. Thanks again for watching and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!